What's up? It is Thursday night. Thursday night. Went to the mall, got my watch fixed. Now I want to do like a little free chat here with the NFL's new vaccine rule. I thought it was interesting to say the least. If one unvaccinated player causes an outbreak of COVID and the team is unable to reschedule that game that got canceled due to that outbreak, it becomes an automatic loss for said team. And then that NFL team has to pay the loss money, which is crazy to me. And I'm someone who got vaccinated. It's just crazy to me. Esther TV, what's up? How are you? How's everything? I got the Olympics on in the background. What is this, rowing? This is the 2020 Olympics. I don't know why they're showing the 2020 Olympics. I guess they're calling it the 2020 Olympics because of it being canceled last year. So, confusing, but whatever. What's up, Survival? How do you feel about the NFL's new vaccine rule? Did you get to see that yet? If one unvaccinated player causes a COVID outbreak of multiple players on said team, and said team cannot reschedule that game at some point throughout the season, it becomes an L. It becomes a loss for that team. And the team that lost has to pay the loss money, whatever that means. I didn't even know you had to pay loss money, but it seems extreme to me too, because look, you have a 50-something man roster. You're going to have rapid COVID testing. You have backup players. You could figure something out where, okay, you'll have to play 2 games in 1 week. It's crazy to me that the NFL, it doesn't happen as often as it does, but it's like look at my Mets, bro. My Mets have had multiple doubleheader games. And I get it, it's not a contact sport, but it's like there should be enough time in a month for an NFL team to reschedule a game, even if it happens on more than one occasion. So you have 1 week that's a bye week, then you lose your bye week and you have to play on a bye week. And then if it happens again, then there's going to be 1 week out of the season where you have 2 games. And that happens sometimes too with Thursday night games, Monday night games, Saturday games, depending on what day you played. Statistically, the average NFL team is about 50% fully vaccinated. So, yeah, I think it's a little extreme too, especially if you're just going to give one team a loss. So then what? The other team just gets a win? Here you go. At this point, the NFL should just hand out participation trophies then. Brendan, did you change your name to the Tennessee Fish Keeper? It's a very solid nickname, Brendan. So what did you think of the NFL's new COVID vaccine rule, Brendan? Hector, what's up, Hector? Yeah, but see, the thing is, I'm noble enough to be like, if I was on the other team that just gets a win, I'd be like, dude, I don't want shit handed to me. I want to earn that W. Watch, by the end of the season, Survival, they're going to be handing out participation trophies for everybody. Yeah, I mean, I'm not at the point where I want to drop the NFL because I love the NFL. But what's up, Hector? I saw you come in, Hector. I don't think one team should be awarded a win and another team just given the loss. There's plenty of time for them. There should be plenty of time throughout the season for them to find a day to make up a game. Yeah, I'm probably watching the NFL no matter what as well, Hector. I may even go to a game. Everyone gets a Super Bowl ring. Yeah, at this point, since we're just handing out losses and wins, everyone, you get a Super Bowl ring and a trophy at the end of the season. They need to come out with a new league. There's a couple other leagues out there, Brendan. There's the XFL is coming back, and then they have that fan league where the fans pick the play of each game, of each fucking down or some shit. I think Johnny Manziel's in that. I think handing out the loss though is just. I don't think that's fair. But they said they only hand out the loss if the team that had the outbreak of COVID on it can't find a way to make up said game. The other leagues are stupid. Man, I like XFL. And I really, honestly, I enjoyed the Arena Football League for as long as it lasted. Like 5 thumbs up, Don, friend. Thank you, Carol, my friend. Curly has taken a vacation. What does Curly think about the new NFL rule that came out today? Tennessee fish keeper. You see, there's over 100 participants in the Olympics that are testing positive for COVID now as well. It's like over 150 or something crazy like that. They ain't cancel the Olympics. Yeah, go ahead, Carol. All I know is my Raiders better not be getting random losses putting on their freaking record because of this crap. Hector, the Olympics are already a disaster. Titans are a very good team right now, Brendan. They have good coaching too. Olympics will be a disaster, says Hector. Hector, it's already a disaster at this point, bro. It's already a disaster. There's Carol's premiere if you guys want to go over and like Carol's premiere. My whole thing, though, with the new rule with the vaccines in the NFL is what if somebody, they're going to have some documentation from said player if it's a player who's been vaccinated, but they test positive for it, and we still don't know how much viral load you have in your body. If you've been vaccinated and then come down with COVID, could you spread it to somebody else? So what if a player who's vaccinated starts an outbreak? Because in the rules it just says if an unvaccinated player. So Karens and snowflakes go watch tennis. I watch tennis for Serena Williams. That's probably why I like Black Girls so much, Hector. No problem, Carol. I hate golf. It's interesting. Sean Mack snuck in. Sean Mack, how do you feel about the vaccine rule? That was, I guess it was announced earlier today. This morning it came out, and then I saw it this afternoon on the news. I did not go see Space Jam 2. My brother pissed me off. I did not see Space Jam 2 yet. Yes, the men will watch football. I'll watch football, and I won't boycott it even if there is peaceful protesting. But if they start doing like bullshit stuff, I'm not watching the whole games. I'll just watch the fourth quarter. Tampa Bay Rays traded for Nelson Cruz. It's not a bad pickup for Tampa Bay. I don't want to know how much they're spending on him though. CIA is aggressive in search for who? What behind Havana syndrome? I don't know what the fuck that is. I could see them doing it for colleges because certain colleges, they're already mandating that if you want to be a student there, you have to be fully vaccinated. So a 1-year deal. A 1-year deal for a lot of money, Hector. That almost sounds like the bullshit Francisco Lindor contract, Hector. I mean that doesn't surprise me though, Sean. About it, it's for colleges as well. The COVID rule. Private colleges can do whatever the hell they want. Me too, Brendan. Increase people there. I was just at the mall in Bayshore in Long Island, and only about half the people in the mall are wearing masks. I had to get my little fake gold watch. I had to get some of the links taken out of it. So I went in there, and like half the people were still wearing masks. But a good chunk of people weren't even wearing them correctly. Like they had them like down below the nose and whatnot. It's like, why even wear a mask at that point? I think because there's a little spike happening right now, Hector, and there's a little spike in Long Island as well. Yeah, I mean, look, like people will look at me and I'll look back at them like I'm not a fucking tough guy, but if someone's about to tell me like, hey, don't wear a mask, say what you got to say. People just give me the dirty look, but they don't say shit back to me. So, if they don't want to wear a mask, I'm not saying shit to them about, not wearing a mask, but I don't want anyone to say shit to me if I'm out in public and I'm wearing a mask. Yeah, Long Island is pretty red, Hector. It's pretty red. It's pretty Republican here. I actually don't mind it being, red. I don't know. I think people just have their own beliefs and they just want to stir shit up. I don't care what anybody else does. I don't tell anybody to make, their decisions with their health. Do what you think is best for you. But leave me out of it, I don't always wear a mask though, Hector. Like if I'm outside, if I'm not near anybody, if I'm in a sunny area, if I'm not in an enclosed space, I don't fucking wear the mask. But if I'm going to be around a lot of people I don't know, or if I have to drop something off at my grandparents' house, then yeah, I wear the N95 mask. Yeah, me neither, bro. Me neither. Me neither. Me neither. It's too damn hot. When it's 90 plus degrees, the last thing you want is anything on your face, disrupting your breathing. Biden administrator, pandemic has entered trouble new phase among the unvaccinated. Yeah, no shit. No shit. What's up, JB Vlog? How are you? I gotta be honest with everybody though, and I gotta be honest too, Hector. I'm so tired of hearing about Delta. Delta, 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 Delta. I'm so sick of hearing it, man. Believe it or not, I have CNN on in the background. I think it should be it's up to your preference. It's your health. You do what you feel is right for you, and nobody should have the right to tell you that when it comes to one's health. I have an uncle that fucking says stupid shit to me about the vaccine all the time. I'm like, dude, like, go back to work. Like, don't. And then I'm like, oh, didn't your son? Didn't your son get the vaccine? And he's like, no, he didn't. I texted my cousin, I'm like, yo, did you get vaccinated? He was like, yeah, I'm fully vaccinated. I'm like, see, my fucking uncle is a fucking charlatan. Just wait until they start pushing the Omega variant. See, the thing that I am worried about, Survival, though, is the mutations. And if what they're saying is true, that more kids are being infected with coronavirus due to the Delta variant and it's making people sicker and the virus load is heavier, eventually there could develop over time, statistically speaking, a mutated virus that could be harmful to everybody and not just the overweight and the morbidly obese and those with comorbidities. The only thing we could hope for is that enough people have already been infected. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying, Hector. Enough people that have been infected and recovered, and enough people have been fully vaccinated, so the virus can't mutate as much and become more harmful. But I mean, I got to be honest, I'm so sick of hearing about Delta. Ray 0-0 in the second. Oh shit, the Yankee game. What channel is the Yankee game on, Sean? Is it on ESPN? No, it's not on ESPN. Fuck. That's a good point, Brendan, and I'm glad you brought that up because if you asked me today, Brendan, how do I think this virus got started? I don't think it happened in a meat farm. I don't think it happened in a wet market. I don't think it came from an animal, a human that ate an animal with a disease. I think this was modified, engineered, created, whatever you want to call it. Yankee game is 0-0 and created for this very reason. They took a common coronavirus that's been around forever and modified it to be more contagious to human beings when inhaled, specifically through the nasopharynx. Because if you think about it, coronaviruses have been around forever. The only other thing close to a coronavirus pandemic was SARS in 2004. JB says, oh my God, Survival, please, no for Omega variant. Yeah, it's coming. It was created by Hillary Clinton. It was created by the vaginal secretions of Hillary Clinton. Let's be honest, Hector. Brendan, who, hypothetically speaking, because I don't want to get shut down, who knows what the hell China is doing right now? Because they've never been cooperative. They've never been supportive. They've never given us information. They never gave the CDC or WHO correct information. So who knows what the hell's going on there? Created by Hillary and tested on Billy Clinton. Sure. Hillary Snatch is old and dry. Yes, but it's filled with coronavirus, Hector. Yankees 0-0, bottom of the seventh. Boston with a man on second and third. Oh, and when I do wear a mask, Hector, I just want to specify, I don't wear the gaiters. I don't wear the bandanas. I don't wear the paper ones with the holes in the side. I wear an actual fitted cup to my face N95 medical grade mask. I don't think those other masks do shit, but I do think the N95 respirators, the 1860 mask that they use in medical settings, I think that one is effective. I don't think the other masks really do a whole lot. Specifically, those little thin cotton ones that you could wash. Like, what the fuck is that going to do? Of the little paper ones. Daily pace of people becoming fully vaccinated against COVID continues to fall as cases climb. The news just says the same shit every day. Maybe I could add Curly into my fish cam. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's true. It's very true. I actually spoke to my doctor about that, survival. It could happen not as easily as your nasal bearings or your mouth, but it is possible that you could get infected through your eyes. I wasn't wearing a coffee filter. That was an N95 mask, but it was just tucked under my chin. Yeah, hold on, I have a whole thing. I bought directly through the website. I'm ready, bro. I'm ready, bro. N95s for days and days. I don't know. I don't know. If I can, I'll just order it from my brother that way, Brendan. Yeah, that's what I was saying, JB Vlogs, that the coronavirus have been around for decades and decades and decades. And the closest thing to a coronavirus pandemic was in 2004 with SARS. But, I mean, if this virus was around forever and ever, why wasn't a pandemic happen? Why didn't a pandemic happen sooner? Because obviously, my opinion, China did something. Lawrence, it's good to see you, man. It's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're feeling okay. I'm gonna check that out, Brendan, and see if maybe I could just order Space Jam 2 on a streaming service for my little brother. That's a good point. The bandana lotion? The banana lotion? I don't know what. Conservatives don't want to wear masks, fight for their rights, but want to tell women they can't have an abortion. Mind-boggling? Is that what you're saying? The polio outbreak was worse than SARS. So was what was that? The Spanish flu, 1919 or whatever the hell it was. Excuse me. Lawrence says hi to Hector. Hector says hi to Lawrence. Here are Gary's favorite records. Here's Gary in the Zone. Here's Gary a few years ago, and here's how Gary lost 25 pounds on noon. Hi, I'm Gary Paul Ray. I mean, the one thing we have to look at now, survival, that may be that may in like certain deaths is you're seeing a lot more people with suicidal ideation. You're seeing a lot of people committing random murders. You're seeing a lot of people with mental health and drug addiction problems. Opiates are on the rise again. Um, I'm worried. I'm more worried about. I'll be honest with you. I'm more worried about that than COVID. I'm worried about these people that are dealing with some psychological issues and they're just going into random places and killing random people. I'm more worried about people dying from that than I am of COVID. And I worked in a COVID ward for almost a year. Lawrence is known as the banana lotion lover. Okay, learn something new every day. Thank you, JB. Lawrence agrees. Space Jam 2 will be available to stream on HBO Max until 11:59 p.m. Pacific on August 15th. So anybody that likes woke LeBron James, that's where you could watch Space Jam 2. I am more worried about the fires than COVID. Good point. Good point, Hector. Hector. Good point, Lawrence. I totally forgot about the fire and then now the shitty air quality. There are more problems around the world than worrying about the COVID virus, says JB. Survival says, yeah, because we're experiencing an oppressive government where people are losing their jobs and homes. You know what's even more sad than that, Survival? People are losing their jobs and homes, but illegal immigrants could come here and get a free home and free health care and public housing and Section 8 housing and Medicare and Medicaid and food stamps. But the people that keep this country going lose their jobs and their homes. Only in America. Lawrence, don't drink banana juice from overseas. Fires because of climate. Yeah, it's definitely because of climate. It's not the laser beams in the sky from Jewish billionaires. I wasn't being sarcastic. Like, I actually think it's from fires. It's from fires and lightning and whatnot, not from the Jewish laser beams. Don't drink that. I that took me a second to figure out what you were saying there, Brendan. Oh, okay. I'm over here thinking of a fruit smoothie. Infections after vaccination are expected. No vaccine is 100% effective. However, even if a vaccine does not completely protect against infection, it usually, if it's successful, protects against serious disease. We knew all that. Breakthrough, if you're not oh, Eisen. Eisen's coming on CNN. What the fuck's his first name? Rich Eisen. Yeah, this was a crazy story. Rich Eisen is double vaccinated, or he got the 2 shots, fully vaccinated, and he got COVID from someone months later, and he's like incredibly sick right now. He's a rare case. Sean, in my live stream, we do make banana lotion serve only for Lawrence. Okay. I will send. Oh, look, Rich Eisen's good now. He just has some lingering effects. He's fatigued and tired randomly. He ended his quarantine yesterday. He actually looks okay. I'm glad he's all right. I was worried about him for a second. He's one of my favorite NFL commentators. He's an NFL Network host. Rich Eisen. I like him. Yeah, it took me a second, bro. It's a rare case, but then Trump tards use this as a Bible? I'm not sure what that means, Hector. You're going to have to elaborate. Lawrence wants to know, JB, what the weather is like in your area. I just got my COVID test here. Negative. Rich Eisen on his COVID breakthrough case. I want my story to be a cautionary tale. Yeah, that was kind of sad because he got really sick. Who knows what would have happened if he didn't have the vaccines in his system. He thinks he would have died. That's just his opinion, but he thinks he would have died. So. What's the weather like by you, Lawrence? How's the air quality? How are you and your dad holding up down there in Montana or up there, wherever Montana is? I know you were staying inside because of the crappy air quality. Otherwise, I would have thought maybe it's just some sort of an allergy that could have spread it around even worse. But I was trying to be normal. That's what I've been told. That we should live with it, and that life should get back to normal. But nothing's normal about a 52-year-old who was healthy staring out a window in quarantine for 10 days while a 7-year-old daughter has to be so careful. My wife and I have been so careful for a year plus. So. They did lower quarantine, though. They lowered it from 14 days to 10 days. If you don't have symptoms on the 10th day. Interesting. Lawrence says it is 89 degrees and we are still flooded in smoke and must stay inside. The weather people say this may go on until fall. Damn! Survival is asking Hector, what do they use as a Bible, Hector? For those of you that are wondering why I'm still testing myself if I've been fully vaccinated, on occasion I drop food off at my grandparents' house. They have underlying health issues. My mom has her own little health issues here. So I'm just making sure that I didn't pick up anything in Pittsburgh. I'll probably stop testing myself on Sunday. But I'm just being extra precautionary for my relatives with underlying health issues. Lawrence, weather in Hong Kong. I don't know what that is. 34 Celsius. 90. What is that? It's hot here today, says JB Blog. How's the pandemic there in Hong Kong, JB Blog? Are your case count numbers low? Are there a lot of people testing positive? What's going on in Hong Kong? Yeah, I'm confused. I'm right there with you, Survival. I'm confused. I wasn't sure what he was talking about. Brendan says anything over 30 degrees Celsius is hot. It's like 90 something, right? My math is rusty, Brendan. My math is rusty. No, he wasn't calling Survival that. He was calling the hard right that. Oh my guy, Ricky Freezer. Ricky Freezer. I've been worrying about you, Minister Brendan, whose name in the chat now is Tennessee Fishkeeper. He's been asking about you nonstop. Because the last time we saw you, you had already you and your son had already been infected with COVID, and you were on like your 10th or 11th day of quarantine. So we haven't heard from you in a minute, Ricky. Yeah, Tennessee Fishkeeper says, "Where has Ricky Freezer been?" Oh, whoa, hold on. Ricky Freezer, I appreciate it, bro. I'm good now. So is my son. It lasted for about 45 days, though. Holy shit. Hey, you want to come up here and tell us about it? Or are you busy right now, Ricky? For those of you that don't know, when I first started going live, Ricky Freezer was one of the first people that I would go live with. All right, give me 1 second, Freezer. I gotta go in my other room and I gotta get my laptop. Yeah, I think when we left off, Ricky, you had said you wanted to work on another album. And it was like day 11, I think, of your quarantine. Because when I met you, you were on like day 3 or 4, and you were having some like crazy symptoms. And I remember your little son was sick for a minute too. He had the cough. Yeah, we'll get Ricky up here. We'll tell you all about what his profession is in a minute. Ricky Freezer used to open up for Drake and Lil Wayne. Do I have that right, Ricky? Drake used to open up for Drake and Drake and Lil Wayne. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ricky. Okay, hold on 1 second. I just gotta get my laptop up and loaded here, Ricky, because I'm on my phone right now. Yeah, Ricky, Minister Brendan asked about you like almost every other day. But I think you said you were back to work, so I'm glad you're able to work. I'm glad your little son is okay. Hold on 1 second, Ricky. Gotta log out of this. I'll be right back. Get up in here. Ricky, I'm going to drop the link for you right now. You can tell us all about everything. I'm sorry to hear that, Survival. Ricky is an old friend of mine. I'm dropping the link right now for you, Ricky, in the chat. All you have to do is click on it. You remember what to do. You've been on here plenty of times. I see what you're saying. I'll just wait for Ricky to come up here. You can tell us what happened. 45 days of symptoms? Holy smokes. That's crazy. The only other person I know that had symptoms for like super long was my aunt, and she was like 40. Yo,
what's happening, Travis?
Dude,
how you doing, bro? You all right?
People were asking about you like you wouldn't believe. I was worried about you because I hadn't heard from you. How are you?
Man,
It's the real question.
dude, I mean, man, I'm alive. Things are finally starting to get back to normal. So, for anybody that wants to, maybe know a little bit about kind of hold up, let me do something.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, here we go. So, for anybody that might want to know a little bit about what I went through, it was hang on, I'm shutting my son's bedroom door. He's asleep. He's taking a nap.
No
So, man, I got sick a few months ago with the COVID, and I mean, man, I'm a person that I eat super healthy. I don't drink anything but water and juice and coffee and tea. I mean, I'm sitting there eating watermelon right now. But I got exceptionally sick. And so when we spoke, it was like a week or two into my sickness,
Yeah.
And I would say for about a month and a half, after I spoke to you, it got worse.
Really?
That's why I did. Yeah. Oh, dude, I thought, I would say there was about 4 weeks where I thought I was going to die. I went to the hospital. I couldn't breathe. And more than anything, like, there's some people that they lost their taste and their smell and all that shit. That, like, briefly happened to me, but more than anything, my cough was so bad that I started puking constantly. Like, when I say constantly, I mean around the clock for about a month. And then for about a month after that, I would puke once or twice a day involuntarily, just randomly. I would vomit everywhere. Like, it was horrible. Still to this day, I randomly vomit maybe twice a week, just out of nowhere. And I mean, before all this, I was a person with a strong stomach, like a roller coaster. I never puked because of a roller coaster or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the doctors, because I had to make some trips to the hospital and to the ER and to the doctors and stuff like that to get checked on. They said that my cough had gotten so bad that it basically gave me like a really bad gag reflex, to where I couldn't even hold water down for, man, about 2 months. There was about 2 months I couldn't even hold water down, let alone could I eat. It wasn't like I didn't have an appetite, because I definitely did. I was starving, but as soon as food touched my stomach, it came right back out.
Damn.
Yeah. My son didn't get near as sick as I did. That might have something to do with, age or whatever. But I was super sick for a long time. I would say about a 2-month period that I was extremely ill.
What medication, if any, were they giving you? Any therapeutics?
They gave me nothing.
Damn.
I had an IV a couple of times, which was just water.
Yeah.
Just to keep me hydrated.
It's saline water to keep you from getting dehydrated.
Exactly. It was saline just to keep me hydrated. And that's it. I think that happened twice. And
were you ever a candidate for antibodies? Like, how Donald Trump got Regeneron, like the antibody treatment? Were you ever a candidate for that, or like maybe plasma from somebody else that recovered?
No. They would turn me away or send me home basically almost every time. They would say, if you're not dying, we can't do anything.
Wow. They
Yeah.
never recommended you to a specialist or anything?
No, nothing.
Damn.
I haven't even got the vaccine.
I did.
Honestly, I know I did. I think I seen that. I know I seen it. And man, everything I've been seeing about the vaccine, I'm kind of scared of it. I don't know. I don't know if all that magnetic, like, you know what I'm talking about. You've seen the videos, right?
Yeah, well, they stick the magnets to themselves and they said they become magnetized.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, man, here's one thing I've learned in life. Back when the terror attacks happened back in 2001, you know, my eyebrows were raised before that because of the Florida recount, you know, let alone all that stuff raised my eyebrows even more, you know. And I am in the age range of people that went to war, you know, like several of my friends, several of my cousins went and fought in Afghanistan and Iraq, and not a one of them came back and was like, yeah, we were over there doing the right thing. Every one of them came back and was like, we went over there for nothing except for to rob and steal and kill. You know, there was never no weapons of mass destruction. There was, you know, and I mean, like, the people that I grew up with or family members of mine were everywhere from, you know, people that were on the front lines to one of my best friends from kindergarten went over there and was super high ranking. You know, like, he had secret clearance levels of shit that he can't even talk to me about to this day. So there's no no way I was being lied to by anyone. You know, these are people that, again, are like cousins of mine or people that I've known my whole life that, you know, they just wouldn't lie. You know, they wouldn't make shit up. So yeah, I've had an eyebrow raised about this whole situation, and I just, the more and more, you know, because now I'm back to normal. So I don't know exactly how deep into things I can get on here, but after I got healthy, I think I explained some of my story to you when I was out in California and all the music situation, right?
Yeah.
So I was dating an adult film star when I lived in LA. We talked about that, right?
Savannah Ginger.
Yeah. One of this Savannah Ginger. Yes. Okay. So my old roommate, she seen that what I was going through, and she hooked me up with somebody else. And I was, let's see here, when was it? Back in April and May, I think. May, somewhere in there. For about a month, I was flying from Indianapolis to St. Louis and coming back home a couple of times a month, and was doing some things with this girl, Vanessa K, who has like over 1 million followers on OnlyFans. And
Vanessa
that was yeah, she used to do porn, and then, you know, I ended up hooking up with her through my old roommate Lexi Bonkers. That was the same girl that hooked me up with Savannah Ginger, and I was just going out there and making money. You know, they were flying me out and paying me to do scenes with her and stuff. Stacked up some money. I've been remodeling my house, especially the outside. Here, hang on a second. Hold up. See the fence?
Yeah, I see the new fence in the background.
The new fence, and I've been building that fire pit. So yeah, that put some money, money in my pockets to start doing some other things. Get back on my feet, basically.
How's your son's health? He's totally fine, no lingering
Oh,
symptoms.
he's great. He's amazing.
How old is
There's
he?
nothing.
Two?
Yeah, he'll be 3 in September. September
Oh, nice.
9th. Hang on a second here. Let's check in on him real quick. I know he's
Oh, he got a haircut or he got his hair braided since the last time I saw him?
it's braided and cut. I just got his hair cut yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah, there's a barber that lives a couple of houses down that I ended up getting real cool with. And my son's biracial and he's black, so he's real good at cutting biracial kids' hair, and my son, he's developed this super obsession with Disney Pixar cars.
Yeah.
So I've spent, Jesus, dude, in the past 2.5 months, I have spent thousands of dollars on, because they don't even really make those that anymore. You know what I mean? Especially like the racetracks. Look at this like 4-piece racetrack that I have set up here for him. It's from the Disney Pixar cars shit.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, look.
Nice.
And there's like 120 of those Disney Pixar cars. I just go on Amazon and eBay and buy every single one I can find.
How's the relationship with his mom now? When I last spoke to you, she was kind of helping you out with him.
It's deteriorated extremely. She's just a total scumbag, man. She's a scumbag. She's just not a good person. You know what I mean? Like there's no other way to put it. She only gives a fuck about mom. She only gives a fuck about herself. I can't even call her a mom. So I don't make him go see her. If he says something about his mom, which is pretty rare, I'll let him talk if he wants to. If like he says something about mommy, I'll call her and say, hey, come over here. And if he wants to leave with you, I'm going to let him leave with you. And that's about once a month. And normally it'll last 24 to 48 hours or something like that.
Does she at least live close to you or no?
About 15 minutes away.
Oh, that's pretty close.
Yeah, not too far. But I don't know, man. It's difficult when, again, like, so I've, within the past, I don't know, it's about a month ago, me and an ex that I've known for a long time, like, she was another dancer, but now she is a 9/11 operator here in Indianapolis. And she travels around and teaches hip-hop dance classes to different high schools. She used to do it at just one high school here in Indianapolis, and now she goes around the country and does that. Like, I don't really know, whenever she has free time, because I think 4 days a week she works at the 9/11 Center on the east side in Indianapolis, and then 1 or 2 days a week she'll get flown to Atlanta or Miami or just random cities to teach hip-hop dance. And me and her have started seeing each other again, and she's more of a mom to my son than his own mother. So and she's not even a mom. She didn't even have any kids. She's a good chick, and she's beautiful.
That's always a plus. I just want to get back to your COVID story. So when did you start feeling like yourself again? At least somewhat. A couple weeks ago?
About a month ago, maybe a month ago.
Anything that lingers other than the gag reflexes and the vomiting, or is that like the last symptom that you're dealing with?
Pretty much. I mean, like my energy levels are real off, you know? Like I can't get no energy to exercise. I still want to sleep a lot. But other than that, you know, like I'm pretty much back to normal. It's about as normal as can be, I guess.
There's only two people that I know that said they had the long COVID. It's you and my aunt. And my aunt had it for around almost as many days as you did, maybe 6 or 7 weeks.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy is, I mean, I'm not an old man. I'm 42, you know, so I don't. Here's the thing. The only thing that they could tell me was that maybe I had one of the more worse versions of it. You know, there's a couple of different.
Yeah, you got the Brazilian one, the Delta one, the South African variant. Who knows? The UK variant.
They think that I had one of the worst variants of it, and that was why I got so sick. Because normally, man, like other than this, I couldn't tell you the last time I had a cold or the flu or anything. You know, I don't get sick, man. I eat healthy. Here, let's look at my refrigerator. Like literally nothing but like fruits and vegetables and juices.
Yeah.
Like nothing unhealthy.
Lauren says you and him are the same age. Sean Mack is watching the Yankee game and said the field got drenched. What's up, CG Ruthless? How are you? It's crazy because we talked. It was like day 11 or 12, and you actually, like, I saw it in your face that you started to look a little bit better, and then I guess maybe then it just hit you like a ton of bricks the next couple of days.
Yeah. When you stopped hearing from me is when it got bad, really, really bad. Like I couldn't function. I couldn't do anything. Damn. And I would say there was about 2 weeks where I did nothing but lay around and puke and try to keep myself hydrated, made several trips to the hospital through that 2-week period, and was just on the verge of death, man. I really thought at one time I was going to end up dying of it. And that's not a joke. Like, it's not, I'm not exaggerating the truth. For about 2 weeks, I thought it was going to end up taking my life.
Really?
Yeah. And there was no breathing problems. There was no, like some of the bigger symptoms that people talk about that are super scary. I didn't really have any of those. It was just the constant vomiting from the cough, you know?
I'm surprised they didn't give you anything for the cough. Like, I forgot what it's called, but it stops your cough reflexes so you don't cough.
I never got any medication ever.
Damn.
Nothing. I never got anything. And, you know, still to this day, you know, Indiana is like, if you look, you know, Indiana is supposed to be one of the safer states, supposedly.
Yeah.
But COVID cases have quadrupled in the past month here. You know, since they, I think it was the first week of July, right before 4th of July, they lifted all the mask mandates here.
Yeah.
You know, they basically said, hey, things are getting better. You don't have to wear a mask anymore. And ever since then, it's been a fucking nightmare here, man. To be honest, like it's just the numbers have literally quadrupled here, and it's super scary here, man.
Blue True has a question for you, but I know the answer. He says, "Thank God you are better. Did you take the vaccine before you got COVID?" No, Ricky never had any vaccines in his system. I think, Ricky, when you first were infected with COVID, the vaccines were really only for people that had underlying health issues and were elderly, and that was January, February.
Correct. Yeah, they were only giving vaccines to emergency situation type of people at that time. I had no vaccine in my system. I did test positive for the antibodies before that, and I still got that sick. You remember I told you that at the beginning of this, me and my son had like a very slight cold. Like,
yeah, I remember your son having a little cough too.
Yeah, and it was all very minor, nothing to be alarmed about. There was never any fevers or anything crazy. And my son and myself had tested positive for the antibodies before we got sick, because I had taken him into just a normal doctor's checkup, because he's at that age where, they're supposed to get, like basically every 6 months, I think I got to take him in for a checkup, and we had both tested positive for the antibodies, but I couldn't tell you when we got sick. It was because it was never a thing that was that terrible.
Blue True has another question. Are you going to take the vaccine now?
Man,
you don't have to answer that if you don't feel comfortable. By the way,
no. It's not that I'm uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable about the vaccine itself. Like,
yeah.
I've seen, you see a lot of people that don't have any bad reactions to it, but I'm a conspiracy theorist, man. I am. And I've been, things that I said were going to happen 20 years ago, and everybody called me a lunatic. It's happening now. I said I was saying 20 something years ago that the government was going to acknowledge that there are visitors from another world. And they're basically acknowledging that now.
Yeah, with the you're talking about the Tic Tac craft, the little UFO things that are, yeah.
Look, I'm gonna tell y'all a story real quick, okay? And this is, it's not like I ever got abducted or anything like that. I have one experience with seeing something that I can't explain.
Okay.
And this was back when I was living in LA, but I was flying around the country all the time. And I was taking a flight from Atlanta, because I just had a show in Atlanta. I had actually just did like a whole, like I had a show in Miami, Tampa Bay, a couple other cities in Florida, and then a show in Atlanta. And I was flying out of Atlanta, and I was flying to a show that I had in San Francisco. This was back in 2014, summer of 2014. I was somewhere near the Grand Canyon, because I remember seeing the Grand Canyon, and then the guy that's flying, he comes on the microphone, or he comes on the speakers in the plane, and he's like, it's a beautiful, clear day. Like, it was like in July. He's like, hey, check out the Grand Canyon down there, blah, blah, blah. We were right around there, and I have a window seat. We're flying west, and I'm looking north. all of a sudden, I see this chrome sphere right above the cloud line. Mind you, we're at maximum altitude, 36,000 feet, whatever. And underneath us, right above the cloud line, I see this chrome sphere moving at a speed that I can't explain. Something insane. I've never seen anything move that fast. It doesn't have a chemtrail. It's not making a noise. No one flying the plane acknowledged it, but everyone on my side of the plane seen it. Like anyone that was awake on my side of the plane was all, ooh, ah, like the whole plane all at once was like, oh my God, what is that? You know, it was definitely, if it is something that our government has created or our military has created, we don't know about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I cannot tell you a speed that it was traveling at. Like it was, you know, I seen it for 3 or 4 seconds.
I wish I would have seen something crazy like that. Lawrence wants to know your YouTube channel. It's just Ricky Freezer. Ricky Freezer.
Yeah.
If you search him, he's got a ton of videos that come up with a ton of views. He, like I said, he opened for Lil Wayne and Drake. And Blue Chew just said, "God bless you and your treasured son always."
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Look at my fake watch I bought for myself because I'm not a baller like you, bro. I got a fake ass. I got a fake $40 watch.
Hey, you remember Watch Buster?
No.
Okay, so Watch Buster used to go around and bust all these rappers out for wearing fake Rolexes and shit.
Oh, I saw somebody do that to Brian Pumper, who's like a porn star.
Yeah,
rapper.
no. I met Brian Pumper out in L.A., but yeah, he has a bunch of fake jewelry. Dude, all them motherfuckers are wearing fake jewelry. Like, they're not wearing real shit out in public to get robbed. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
almost like, I mean, the fake Watch Buster dude, it's like WATCHBUSSA on Instagram if he still has the account. And dude, he busted out every rapper that was famous from 2014 to 2018. Damn near everybody from like Lil Yachty to fucking Lil Uzi Vert, everybody that was like really popping around that time, they were all wearing fake jewelry, bro. You know what I mean? Like there is no shame in that, believe me.
Hey, all your social medias, like your Twitter, Instagram, it's all just Ricky Freezer.
Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube are the only things I have anymore, and it's all Ricky Freezer. Right now, I don't really post much. I know you was talking about right before I came on live with you. I was talking about, or you were talking about, have I been recording any new music? Yes, I have. I actually got a nice chunk of money put away right now, and I'm about probably, I would say towards the beginning of next year, I'm going to start a new campaign.
All right, keep me posted.
Oh, I definitely will, man. I'm going to be in touch with you. I don't know how I haven't seen you go live in forever. I mean, your bell, like I went to your page after you commented on something of mine the other day. I went and I was like, how come I haven't seen him go live in a while? And I looked and it's like, I
go live every day, sometimes twice a day.
Yeah, I've been subscribed to your page and the bell notifications were turned on and everything, and I don't know how I missed it.
But I have a whole vaccine vlog. Ever since I got the vaccine, almost every day I give an update about how I'm feeling and whatnot.
How have you had any crazy anything?
No, my whole family tree is vaccinated. Everybody on my block is vaccinated. All my friends, my girl, everybody has been vaccinated. The majority of people that I know that have been vaccinated, it's either the Pfizer or the Moderna vaccine. Although I have one friend, 2 neighbors, and an uncle who got the Johnson & Johnson. But the majority of people that are important to me in my life, which is a chunk of people, it's all either Pfizer or Moderna. I got Moderna. I forgot. It was the end of March. It was like mid-March. I got the first shot, and then the second shot I got April 15th. I didn't have anything unexpected. I did have the the immune response for like 3 days. I had a fever and the chills, a headache, which is expected. And then after 3 days, I felt fine. I got back into the gym and working out. I've lost like maybe 10 pounds of fat since the last time I saw you.
You look much healthier. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, I think there was like a placebo effect with the vaccine because like now I'm like, okay, I'm vaccinated. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go back to the gym. I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna watch what I eat now. I'm gonna go out and about. My girl's got me going out with her all these places. I just came back from Pittsburgh. I was there with her for like 3 days. We went and saw the Pittsburgh Pirates play the New York Mets. So,
I bet that was awesome,
dude. It was awesome. It was. The fans there were a little like they got on us a little bit. I had to handle myself, but dude, it was tons of fun.
Well, you got to remember, I'm in Indianapolis. Pat McAfee played for the Colts, and he's from Pittsburgh.
What was he? He was the kicker or the place kicker? What was he?
He was the punter.
Punter. He's got a good YouTube show, by the way.
Dude, his YouTube is amazing. And he's also signed to WWE as one of the
commentators.
Commentators on SmackDown.
Hey, we got to do something because I remember you asked me about it, and I'm just looking at one date because the New York Jets play the Colts November 4th. It's a night game at 8:20 p.m. If you're around and you want to do something on that day, we could do that. And I remember you saying you followed wrestling. We should do a wrestling watch along one day together.
Dude, okay, look. For one, here, I'll give you just another brief little history of my family. Okay, so we're from Indianapolis. Remember Bobby the Brain Heenan?
Yeah, he recently passed a couple of years ago, like 2015 or something.
Something like that. Okay, so he's an Indianapolis native. Okay, him and my Uncle Bob used to be like bar hopping buddies.
Really?
Yes, Bobby Heenan. So Bobby Heenan was adopted. Okay, he didn't really have any family. He had foster parents here in Indianapolis. My grandparents, even when Bobby Heenan was in the prime of his career, Bobby Heenan would come over and eat Thanksgiving dinner with us, Christmas dinner. At least once a year, he came over and ate dinner with like my entire family. And
that must have been surreal.
He used to when I was a kid, like in the late '80s, early '90s, he used to give us front row tickets to all the WWF events at the time here in Indianapolis. I got to meet so many wrestlers because of Bobby Heenan. Dude, I would be so down with doing a podcast like Monday Night Raw watch-alongs or something where
let's do it.
I'm so down with that. I'm so down. Like,
bro, look, I built a studio in my bedroom. I don't know if you could see it from over here. It's a work in progress, nice. But I gotta get a nice chair though. But yeah, the flag up. That's Bo Jackson. That's an 8x whatever. Bo Jackson.
I know all about Bo Jackson.
That's my favorite football player. But yeah, dude, I'm down. I'm down to do a watch along with you.
We can do that. And then when the Colts and the Jets play, is that a home game for you or a home game for me?
It's a home game for you. It's November 4th at 8:20 p.m.
Okay, so what if I could get my hands on some tickets and I let you stay here?
Dude, I'm down.
Yeah,
you had COVID already. I'm fully vaccinated. Dude, I'm down.
Yeah, come try to plan that out. I'll get my hands on some tickets for us and we'll go to the game because the Colts are having full capacity at their home games.
Yeah, I think we are here too in New York.
I think a lot of places are.
Did you see the title of my video though? The new rule is if a player who's unvaccinated on a team causes a team to have a COVID outbreak and they can't reschedule that game, it counts as a loss for that team. How do you feel about that?
I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's, I mean, you can't, even if you're making millions of dollars, you can't force a person to go against their beliefs, you know?
Yeah.
And if someone believes that vaccination isn't in their best interest, that shouldn't punish a whole team. That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
I was just telling a couple of people that there's plenty of time in a month to reschedule a game, even if you have to lose like your bye week and reschedule it on your bye week, or have a second game in 1 week. Like, you're gonna have to do that. They did that last year.
Yeah, last year, and again, man, I'm a lifelong. I'm 42. I've been watching football since the Colts moved to Indianapolis, and when was that? 1984 or 1985, whatever that was, when they came from Baltimore and moved here. And I don't think that it's right to just automatically give a team a loss. I think this year there's going to be more competition amongst the NFL than ever. You know what I mean? I think this is really the first time I can say that almost anybody can win any game this coming season.
What'd you do for the Super Bowl? You were still recovering, right?
Yes. I didn't even watch. I was in bad shape.
I was taking care of my girl because she had gotten the second Pfizer shot, and she was like her only symptom was that she was tired, so she was just sleeping. She's a diehard Jets fan, so she didn't really even want to watch it anyway because Tom Brady was in it. But I told her, I was like, yo, watch, Tom Brady's going to fucking win another Super Bowl. So, go ahead. I cut you off. Go ahead, Ricky.
No. And I can't believe Tom Brady won another Super Bowl. But, dude, look, again, I'm a Colts fan. You know how hard it is for me to, admit that Tom Brady is the GOAT? It's extremely
you had all
hard.
the wars with Peyton Manning.
Peyton Tom.
Manning versus Brady. Yeah.
I mean, okay, so we can go back to the only Super Bowl that the Indianapolis Colts ever won was against the Chicago Bears.
And was that 05? 2005?
2006, I think. 06. And it was a bigger deal for us to beat the Patriots in the AFC Championship than it was for us to win the Super Bowl. The party downtown Indianapolis when we beat the Patriots in New England that year. And
I remember.
We were all me and all my homies, we were all in our early mid-20s at the time. We were all downtown watching that game on a big screen at Champs. And when that shit happened, the city went into a complete fucking frenzy. I mean, every Indianapolis fan was out on the streets beating up anybody that was in a Patriots jersey, beating up. And we knew that we were about to see the Bears, so we were beating up anybody in a Bears jersey. It was fucking crazy, dude.
Sounds like an interesting time.
Oh, dude, it was nuts. And then when we won the Super Bowl, the whole entire 3-mile radius of downtown Indianapolis was a traffic jam. I parked my car in the middle of the street, ran around for 3 or 4 hours, came back, and my car or no one around my car had moved.
Damn.
And it was the middle of the winter time, and we get winters basically you're like northern New York, right? You're like upstate, right?
Long Island. I'm suburbs.
But you get really bad winters there, right?
Yeah, sometimes we get some bad blizzards, yeah.
Yes, well, see, that winter here in Indianapolis was I mean, that when we won the Super Bowl, there was 8 or 9 inches of snow on the ground here, and it was 10 degrees outside. You know what I mean?
Damn.
It was fucking nuts, dude. It was crazy. And, we haven't really had anything like that. Now, see, so if we're going to talk football, the Colts have a ridiculous roster this year, right?
I haven't really once they signed Wentz, I haven't really followed them. And honestly, you're the only Colts fan that I know right now. So you would have to what's the pick up there?
Okay, so being honest to God, like if we suck, like last year, we did pretty decent with Phillip Rivers. I hate Phillip Rivers. I hated us signing Phillip Rivers. I hated all that shit.
But you know what was messed up? Andrew Luck just left one day. He's like, it's almost preseason. He's like, I'm just gonna retire. He didn't leave you guys in a good spot.
Hang on. You got to know the history of that. Okay, so all of Andrew Luck's career, Ryan Grigson was our GM, okay? And he would not protect Andrew Luck. He never gave Andrew Luck an offensive line, ever. Andrew Luck was the most sacked quarterback for like 4 years in a row. And he got the shit beat out of him, man. That's why he kept getting injured. If Andrew Luck had an offensive line, I think he would have been better than Peyton Manning. He had more natural athletic ability and was just as smart as Peyton Manning. You do know that Andrew Luck was Peyton Manning's best recruit out of the Manning passing camp ever, right?
Yeah. Didn't he go didn't he go to a really good college like Harvard or some shit? I don't remember where Luck went to college, but he went
to USC, I think. But yeah,
I thought he went to Stanford or something.
Stanford, yeah, no, that was Stanford. You're right. Yeah, which is basically like the Harvard of the West Coast. That is a West Coast college, I believe, right?
I have no idea. I never went to college.
Yeah, I didn't either. But he was super genius and super athletic and like built like a linebacker. Andrew Luck was like notorious for getting sacked and like getting up and be like, man, great tackle.
Yeah.
Like there's all kinds of, you can look it up on YouTube, like where there's all these clips and it's hilarious of him getting like pummeled by all kinds of like monsters and him just getting up laughing at them. You know what I mean? And like if Luck threw a pick, Luck was the guy that made the tackle to the guy he threw the pick to.
Luck wasn't a small guy either. He was, like you said, he was just around monsters.
Yeah, he was a fucking dude. Luck should have probably played linebacker or tight end or something.
Speaking of tight end, did you see Tim Tebow's coming back to play for the Jacksonville Jaguars as a tight end?
Of course I did. The Jags are in our conference. I've seen all the news coverage on that. I mean, the dude is a monster. Speaking of wrestling, Tim Tebow should just go to the WWE. He's a fucking monster, man. Have you seen the pictures of him? Dude, Tim Tebow is a beast. Like, he's a monster. But getting back to the Colts lineup this year, we have the most well-rounded team we've ever had since they've been in Indianapolis. Like, we have a top 5 offensive line. We have a top 10 defensive line. We have one of the best linebackers in the league. Carson Wentz had a really shitty year last year, but that wasn't because of Carson Wentz. That was because he had a shitty coach and a shitty team. Frank Reich, so when the Eagles beat the Patriots and Tom Brady and Bill Belichick in the Super Bowl a few years ago, Frank Reich was the offensive coordinator, and Carson Wentz was the quarterback that got them to the Super Bowl. Nick Foles was the guy that stepped up and won that game because Wentz got injured, but they wouldn't have made it there if it wasn't for Carson Wentz.
It'll definitely be an interesting season. It'll definitely be interesting to see if Carson Wentz has made his progressions if he's developed the new team in the playbook and whatnot. I'm just glad Carson Wentz is not in the Giants division anymore.
Yeah, so what I seen just this past week is before they go back for all their practices before preseason games start, the whole entire receiving core, the backups, the third stringers, the starters are all staying at Carson Wentz summer home down in Houston, Texas. And they've been there for a month. Ever since spring training camp, whatever the fuck that was, that just ended like a month ago. The whole entire receiving corps has been living with Carson Wentz and going out and practicing every day. And like Michael Pittman Jr., who's going to be a blow-up dude this year, I'm telling you right now. Mike, he's a second-year guy for us, and he's going to be a top 10 receiver this year. He reminds me of like Terrell Owens in his prime.
I remember those days.
Yeah, it's gonna be big, man. But dude, I'm gonna jump off of here.
Yeah, I'm gonna end. I'm gonna end for the night. I gotta figure out how to. I gotta order fucking Space Jam 2. I gotta figure out how to order it on the TV for my little brother. I promised him I'd do that shit. I'll probably watch it too, honestly.
Oh, it'll probably be dope. I can't lie. The first one I watched as a kid. So
I mean, dude, the first one was classic with Michael
Jordan.
Jordan. That's classic.
Well, here. Let's look at this. Hold up.
Oh shit! Look at your Jays.
Hang on.
Jeez Louise. Are those the Bugs Bunny ones?
Yeah, those are the Hair Sixes.
Yeah, the Hair Jordans.
Hang on. Here they are for my son.
Oh, nice.
Here's the bread ones for my son that match mine as well. Some more ones for my son. Yeah. Here's some more Jordans laying over here.
I forgot you had a whole thing of Jordans. I forgot your shoe collection.
Oh, it's retarded. Well, here, look. So you see all those boxes.
Yeah.
Both of those totes are full of Jordans, too.
Damn.
Yeah, I've been collecting since the 90s, bro. Man, I'm going to jump off here. I'm going to chill. My mom is actually on her way up, and she's going to stay the night, and we're going to go to the Marion County Fair. Well, the Indiana State Fair is going on right now, and we're going to go eat some fair food, and I'm going to put my son on some rides and shit tomorrow. You know what I mean? Because my baby sister is here from Tennessee right now, so we're all going to go. She has a little girl that's 6 months older than my son, so we're all going to go to the fair tomorrow.
Nice, man. Well, listen, it was good catching up with you. I'm glad you're feeling better, and stay in contact. We'll do something for one of these wrestling events that come up.
Definitely. Hey, man, comment somewhere on something, and I'll send you my number so that way we can.
Is it the same number you gave me last time?
317-507.
I'll tell you right now. Hold on. Yeah, it's the same one, bro.
Yeah. Okay. So just text me and let's get in touch, and definitely let's do a wrestling thing. We can do a wrestling thing every Monday night, bro. I'd be totally down with that.
All right. I'll keep you posted on that.
Yes, sir, man. It was good hearing from you, brother, and good talking to everybody out there.
Same here, man.
You be safe. Everybody be safe. Get vaccinated or don't, whatever y'all believe in, but be healthy, man. Be weary and be healthy.
Will do, bro.
All right, brother. Be safe, man. Good hearing from you, dog.
Same here. See you later.
Later.
All right. Ricky's channel. I put the link in for Ricky. It's right up here. I got to get out of here because I got to figure out how to That's Ricky's channel right there. If you just type Ricky Freezer in on YouTube in the search engine, he comes right up. You'll see his music videos. Like I said, he used to open up for some pretty big rappers. Peanut Butter, thanks for coming back. What did you say? We should do a Monday Night Raw watch along. Yeah, I'm down, Hector. I'm down, Hector. Travis, do I get Friday nights? Yeah, sure. Why not? Why not, Minister Brendan? Everybody says hi to each other. All right, that was a cool little live. It's good to hear from Ricky. Me and my tinfoil watch here. I gotta figure out. It's only HBO Max. I could order Space Jam 2 for Kyle. I'll figure something out if I got to download it somewhere else. Otherwise, he's not gonna leave me alone with this freaking Space Jam 2 movie. So I'm getting out of here. Tomorrow, I don't know about tomorrow yet. I got to see what Courtney wants to do because I'm supposed to take Courtney out tomorrow night for a very romantic evening. Wink, wink, wink. Dinner on the water. Wink, wink, wink. So I don't know about tomorrow night, especially if the getting's good, boys. So I gotta see. If I don't end up going out with Courtney tomorrow, then I'll do a watch along for the New York Mets game. I think they play tomorrow at 7 or something, and I think Walker is pitching for the New York Mets tomorrow. So I'll write something in the community post if I'm going live at all tomorrow or not, and I'll make sure I'll give you guys like a couple of hours notice in advance. But I'm out of here. You all have a good rest of your Thursday nights. Everybody go check out Ricky Freezer's channel if you haven't. He's got some really good hip-hop music. Good night.